Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have so much to say today that I don't even know where to start, and I'm excited for today's video. So thanks so much for watching, and subscribe if you're new here. So today we're going to be talking about not everyone deserves access to your energy. On the surface this sounds like kind of bitchy and who do you think you are, that's kind of how that sounds. But I feel like one of the more harsh lessons I had to learn as like a young adult was that literally not everybody deserves your energy, and not everyone should have access to you, most importantly. And it's like sometimes as women, like, we're trained to just sacrifice ourselves and be useful and just put on a polite face. But at times, if we overdo it and we're not being a little bit more cautious, we can put ourselves in, the wrong situations. I'll say it like that. So the truth is that not everybody deserves access to your energy, and let's talk about it. But before we do, I forgot that I have this is like the phone I use for my social media. So I have this app called I Am, I think, and there's like daily affirmations. It's so cute, and I liked today's affirmation, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. The affirmation was, I forgive myself for mistakes I made when I didn't know better. Let's all use that as today's affirmation, because I think it's so true that we spend so much time beating ourselves up for things that, we did when we didn't know any better, or mistakes that we made. And, forgiving yourself is part of raising your self-esteem and becoming more self-confident. Let's talk about not everybody deserves access to you. So something that I've learned is that your environment is pretty much everything, and it's going to impact your life like way more than you realize. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was talking about how, like, when he was younger, he had like all kind of behavioral problems. Like, he was like the bad boy in school, like as a young kid. And when he went to high school, he moved to another state. It was like a private school, a better school. And he's doing so well now. Like, he's well respected, and like he's gonna be set for his career. Like, he's doing so well. And it's like, you would never think that this person who had all these problems when he was younger, who seemed like he was gonna be like the troubled one, I don't know, like delinquent status, would become this person. But you know what? Two things. First of all, the environment was everything, because the school that he was in when he was having those problems and acting out wasn't like the best school. There was a lot of people with similar issues, and it was just a bad environment. It was just a bad environment. He was around other poorly behaved kids, constantly being provoked. Add on top of that, kids come from different backgrounds. So school is just, that place where all different kinds of backgrounds come together. And, it can, it can be problematic sometimes. Moral of the story, his environment definitely changed him as a person. And guess what? Once he was in a better school around, like, prestige and people who have goals and are striving to make a career, and, it's not even a thing, like, behaving that way. It's like not even a thing. He changed because his environment impacted him. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. And that's been true for me as well. Like, my environment definitely shaped me as a person. And definitely when it changes, I notice it more. But your environment is everything. And don't overstay in the wrong place, because the longer that you're overstaying in the wrong place, wrong environment, the harder it's going to be to leave. And I've found this with just dealing with like the people that weren't meant to be in my life. You want to just be like a friend to everybody, but what do they say? Like, a friend to all is a friend to none. And it's like, the longer you try to make a way for the wrong people to be in your life, whether, for whatever reason it could be, the harder it gets to detach yourself from that person. And that can literally hold you back in life, like by like weighing you down. And that's why it's really important to be clear on what you want in life and where you want to go, and to have clear goals for yourself, even if it's not a concrete thing, just a way you want to feel, a way you want to live. It's important to know that and be really clear about that, because you can easily get caught up in other people's lifestyles, other people's problems and mentalities. And the thing is that we pick up on the habits and mentalities of other people. So if you have to, be very careful about the people you're hanging out with, and it can be very hard to leave once you're super enmeshed with other people's lives. And be careful that it doesn't hold you back in life. We can waste years, in the wrong relationship, in the wrong friendship, in the wrong career, and it's like you look back and you're like, what was I even doing? Where'd that time go? Who am I? Why am I don't even like this. Like, you know what I mean? For me, one of the things I notice about myself is that I don't like nightlife. I don't like clubs. Like I don't like that. Like I don't like partying all the time. I really don't. Once in a while, I like to go out with my friends and dance, and I have fun with my friends. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to get into like anything crazy, but like I realized that that's not like the environment that I like to be in. And who you hang out with affects your lifestyles. And sounds harsh, but it's not to take away from anybody who's into that. It's just that that's not the right fit for me. That was holding me back, so I had to let that go. And with that comes changing your environment, and with changing your environment means changing the people that you hang around. And that's just real life. And the thing is that nobody's worth like not living your best life. Like nobody's worth the quality of your life. Like for me, alcohol really impacts me. If I drink too much, I easily get thrown off. Like I'm so sensitive to it when it comes to my mental health that it's actually ridiculous. Like even like even like two drinks, like the next day I'm like, oh, like I'm really like low key like not myself. And there's just so many things that I want to do. I have so much passion for life. I like making these videos. I like, things that really make an impact. I'm creative. Everybody has, so much potential. Who is worth like compromising that, Is the alcohol worth it? No. Is like, like we just have to make those choices for ourselves, and you become more clear, the older that you get. But that's just one of those things that I had to learn. And like I said, you have to be careful of being what environment you're in, because it can become hard to leave. Like toxic relationships, obviously they don't start off toxic. You start off liking the person, and slowly but surely you're getting more involved with them, and then before you know it, you're spending years with this person who's living a completely different life, and you don't want to live that way anymore. Like, and it's hard to leave now because maybe you live together or whatever. And that could have been solved by just having honesty with yourself in the beginning about if your lifestyles are compatible. That's something that I've had to do when I become like I just have a different lifestyle, that I need somebody who has compatible lifestyle with me. And nobody is better than the other person. It's just that you know what it takes for me to feel my best. I need a certain lifestyle, period. And nobody's worth that. And I've had times when I've had to let people go, and it's been very painful. But it's like I have to go this way and you're going that way. And yeah, like that's just life. Like I can't be feeling like this all the time. It's gonna, like, there's just too much to do. Like there's so many things I want to do with my life. I cannot, and nor should you. If you feel like you're in the wrong environment, you're entertaining the wrong people, or you have people around you that are bringing you down, is it worth it? Like, we have to make those choices for ourselves. And I posted this quote. I wish I could remember it, but it's on my community tab. That was like, oh my gosh, I forgot what it said. I'm so sorry. But it was like, entertaining the wrong person can alter your life. So yeah, be selective, or something like that. And it's so true. Like, it's so true. The hardest times in my life were also connected to just having the wrong people in my life. And that was just one of those lessons I had to learn, that people come in and out, but like your vision for your life should never be compromised for the sake of like making somebody happy or more comfortable. And I have so many stories about this, and oh my gosh, this is the thing I'm most excited to share. I'm doing a pre-launch enrollment for another offer I have called 30 Days of Empress Energy. So for 30 days, I'm going to be giving you an audio transmission of things that will help you reset your mindset and step into your inner empress. Of course, that's figurative, but what I mean by that, of course, my overall mission is to raise your self-esteem. But for 30 days, I'll be sharing personal stories about things that I learned to help me raise my self-esteem and just like my own personal experience. And it's going to be just so raw, so real, and you'll get one audio recording every single day. And by the end of this 30 days, you will have really made a shift in your mentality, and it will help you just, be your best self. Something else I want to say, because I realized that I'm so deep into this personal development world that sometimes I forget. It's just not like something everybody is aware of, but like I personally have benefited so much from mentorship and just, obviously like elders in my life and just having like the right people around me. As much as I've had like the wrong people in my life at sometimes that have really thrown me off, I've also had excellence around me and good examples and strong people just guiding me every single step and in a way protecting me by helping me in my mindset about daily life. And some of those people include mentors and life coaches. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with these programs, is I'm trying to be, that influence on like your mentality and just guide you a little bit. If I can even help a little bit, that's my mission. And especially when it comes to raising your self-esteem, because if you have a low self-esteem, you can really end up in the very dark place. I'll say it like that. So this is my first formal announcement of my 30 Days of Empress Energy program. Read more about it in the description below. But this is more of like I guess you can compare it to like a podcast for 30 days, but you only can access one every day. So I think that's kind of special. Like you can't binge it. You have to really listen every single day. It'll only be released as the days go on. So it'll start whenever you enroll in it, and then it continues from there. It is launching on November 1st. So if you want to grab the best price, definitely grab it before November 1st. 30 Days of Empress Energy. I'm very excited, and there are some things that I feel more comfortable sharing on like an educative platform where people are investing into themselves and not just clicking on for entertainment. So that's going to be more personalized, and I'll just have no filter basically. But my promise to you is that by the end of the program, you will definitely have a positive mentality shift. And I'm so happy that I'm happy to be getting more feedback on my YouTube channel, because it's really encouraging for me to keep on coming here and sharing stuff. And likewise, in the way that you guys watch and you leave me very nice comments saying how the video helped you, this is also helping me, believe it or not, because it's keeping me accountable for the things that I've learned to like continue implementing them, if that makes sense. So you guys are also motivating me. It's very much a two-way street, and I thank you so much for watching. So yeah, not everybody deserves access to you, and nobody's worth like literally changing the path that you're on for the worse. Nobody's worth that. I've had that experience many times. I'll go more into detail in my 30 Days of Empress Energy, where I'll just share like my personal experience, because people are the way they are for a reason. So how do you think you become wise? How do you think you learn all of these things? By going through stuff. And also, this is like some real-ish, like you don't need to go through these things to learn them. If you observe people and you learn from their experiences, you don't need to go that way, if that makes sense. So in a way, mentorship is kind of a form of protection, because you're learning from other people's experience and you're not like waste time in making mistakes. For me, that's something that's helped me in my life and protected me a lot of times, because I know somebody who did that and I saw how they ended up, and I don't want to be like that, so I'm not going to do it, period. Last thing I'll say about how not everyone deserves access to your energy is that I have so much to say about this topic, and this video is already getting very long, but like some people are just not compatible with you. And because of this, they get bothered by the way that you are, and it's like nothing you can do because just the fact that you are a certain way bothers them. So it's like, what can you do? Not exist? Like, no, you just have to separate from those kinds of people, and let them figure it out on their own. And I kind of shared a story about how my high school bully literally sent me a message out of nowhere and apologized to me. And it's like, at the time, I didn't even really put two and two together that I was being bullied, because I was just like, I felt like I was like, is this really happening? Like, does she not like me? Like, I was just not hip to what was happening, even though, like, there's so many problematic things. But when she apologized to me, I'm like, oh, yeah, she really was trying to, like, sabotage me, and she really didn't like me for whatever reason. And the thing is that, I accept her apology, and I'm grateful that she apologized. And, it is what it is in the past. It's high school, literally. But some people, like, they just get bothered by just you, and they're triggered by you for whatever reason. It's like, we can't really spend so much time psychoanalyzing other people and trying to figure out why they are treating you this way. Like, it's a waste of time, because sometimes you'll never know, sometimes you will know, but regardless, most times it doesn't change anything unless that person is willing to change. And the thing that's a little bit alarming is that people, like, bring you down just as a form to make themselves feel better, I guess. And this can be on a spectrum, but like, people taking out their insecurities on other people is a really real thing. And it's up to you to allow yourself to continue accepting that or not, because the truth is that over time, if you keep accepting that kind of behavior, it just gets worse. So sometimes the best thing is to just separate yourself and let people come to terms with things on their own. I've had many people, apologize to me for the way they were, but it's like, either way, I would have been fine, apology or no apology, because I removed myself. And guess what? Time tells all. And as time went on, my life significantly improved. And I don't know what they're up to, but it they knew they owed me an apology. So let's just put it like that. And at the end of the day, your life and how it plays out is completely up to you. So sometimes the cost of having, the best life quality and living your best life is realizing who deserves access to your energy and who does not. And it's not coming from this place of superiority. It's like literally a form of protecting yourself and making sure that you're aligned with the life that you want to live, because only you get to decide, along with only you really get to decide, like, how that's going to look like. And we as women have to take that kind of authority over our lives. So yeah, 30 days of Empress energy. If you're into this message and you dig it, I'm going to have so many more similar messages in my 30 days of Empress energy program. I also have a group coaching program also going live on November 1st, Empress of Esteem. It's a 6-week live intensive where we have a call every single week in a group coaching setup where I help you raise your self-esteem step by step. You get journaling practices and also accountability from me for 6 weeks. So read more about that in the description below. And as always, my Wisdom in Dark Paradise journal is out now. If you don't know where to start with your journaling practice, or you just want a journal to add to your collection like I do all the time, I'm always looking for a new journal, check out the journal in my description below. Thank you so much for watching.